Jarod, well, it's a warm welcome to Nottingham. Great to have you with us, and thanks for joining Panthers TV. First of all, an obvious question. What was it that attracted you to come to the Panthers for next season?
Last year was my first year in Europe, and I was over in France, and I was kind of looking to move around a little bit to open up some more opportunities down the road. And so we thought the UK, my agent and I thought the UK would be a good fit for me. And I just had been hearing from a lot of my former teammates and friends and stuff that have a little bit more knowledge about the Elite Ice Hockey League than I do. All had nothing but good things to say about Nottingham and the city and the rink and the facilities and the staff and just everything they've built there. So I think with my personality and who I am as a person, hopefully I come in there and fit right in with the system and the culture that they have set up there already.
Well, you've worked with a couple of former Panthers, two guys. Obviously, you won with playoffs, and we'll talk about winning in a moment. But Christophe Boivin and Kyle Hardy both played for the club. Are they the sort of guys that you've already spoken to about the Panthers?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I respect those guys a ton. And you look at the years they just had over there: D-Man of the Year, Player of the Year in the League Magnus there. And they're even better guys than they are hockey players too. So they had nothing but good things to say about the organization in Nottingham. And just from talking to Danny and Omar now, said that they had a quick chat with both Hards and Boyvan there about me, and luckily they had good things to say about their time with me as well. So I'm just happy that we were able to make a good fit here.
How much have you enjoyed your chats with Omar and Danny, and how did they sell the Panthers to you?
Well, it was after I signed that they had both called me. They said that was a little out of the ordinary, but Omar called and he was seeming very enthusiastic on the phone about my fiance coming over, and we're expecting a baby in January too. So he was excited about that. And we're bringing our two little cats as well when she comes at the end of October. And Omar was excited that we're bringing, as he said, two little tiny Panthers with us as well. So yeah, it was great talking to both of them on the phone, and they both seem excited for me to be there. And I'm just happy to come there in a few weeks as well.
Talk us through winning. You've won quite a few times in your career, I know, but last year you actually in the final there in the French playoff finals, you beat the former Panthers coach Jonathan Paraday. How was that success last year, and how much did you enjoy it?
It was great. I mean, my first few years of pro, I made playoffs twice, but there was a couple seasons in North America, in the East Coast League where I was on, one of the worst teams in the league. So, it being my first year in Europe, like I said, last year, it was nice coming into a team, good organization. I think we won 50 games out of the 60 that we played. So, that was nice to be on a team with a good culture and a good winning group, a lot of veteran guys. And yeah, obviously, being able to be on a team like that and go deep in the playoffs and just gain some more experience in the pro ranks. Obviously, I won while I was in college, and that was 8, 9 years ago now, or maybe a bit longer. But just to get that experience on going on a playoff run with a bunch of old guys and a bunch of good guys as well, I think was a good experience for me. And from what I've been hearing, that the expectation in Nottingham this season is just to go out and do the same thing. So, like I said, just excited to get going over there.
You make a good point because obviously Nottingham won playoffs last year. You won playoffs in France. How much does that desire burn large in you to continue this sort of winning run that Nottingham are now on?
Oh yeah, I mean the difference just in experience on and off the ice, I've noticed within the locker room, with the families, with the wives and the girlfriends, and just everyone, that's around the team is so monumentally different if you're winning and losing. So just having such a good season where my fiance was able to come over to France with me as well. We had so much fun, her coming and winning every game almost at home, and being able to celebrate with the guys after a lot of the wins, and especially the celebration after when we won the championship. It is definitely something that you get used to, but also everyone that wins and everyone that's great knows that it's not something that just happens either. It requires a lot of work and a lot of stuff that's getting done behind the scenes that a lot of people don't realize that's what it takes to be a championship team. And, I feel like I kind of have a good idea, a pretty good picture of everything that takes. And I'm just happy to be able to bring, some of my expertise and some of my experiences, and hopefully be able to make the team better with my play on the ice and, with leadership stuff off the ice and in the locker room and stuff like that.
You talk about winning games at home and playing in front of passionate crowds, which you touched on last year that you did in France. Very similar season for the Panthers last year. We won a lot of games at home, have a very passionate fan base, which I'm sure you're going to love. How much does that excite you? Clearly, it's something that you find important to put on a show for the home fans and send them home happy.
Oh, it's great. I mean, in North America, I had some good crowds, but it was nothing like the continued support we got every game in Grenoble. The chants, like I said, first year in Europe, the chanting and everything is not really something that they do over here. So, yeah, I'm excited. It's fun to get going. It's fun for the wives. It's fun for the kids in the crowd. And after the game, when you win and you do the things around the circle and stuff like that, that's just another added extra layer of fun. And another thing about winning and winning championships is the more you win, the more fans will come. And if you're not going to win, then, the fans might not be showing up and supporting you as much. So that's just another kind of added motivation for, myself, and I'm sure for the team and the management and the owners of the club that, we go out there and put a good performance and a good product on the ice. So it inclines more people to come out and continue the support for us.
Obviously, before going to France last year, most of your career was up in North America in the East Coast and sorry, in the ECHL and the AHL. How different was the season in France last season to what you experienced in North America?
That's a great question. There's definitely a lot of differences, and one of the biggest one was the change in schedule, especially going from, a 72 game regular season in East Coast to, I think we had 44 games all spread out between, September through pretty much the end of March. So there was a lot more downtime I had to get used to, kind of have to stay a little bit more active throughout the week in terms of workouts away from the rink and stuff like that, just so you stay on top of your game and you don't lose a step during the season. Obviously, the physicality is a bit different, but obviously from what I'm hearing in this UK league is it's a lot more North American based. The ice, I guess, over in France, the Olympic ice, we call it in the US, was a bit different as well, but that took just about a half season to get used to, just in terms of where the space is out there and how to close on guys on the wall and the positioning in terms of power plays and penalty kills and stuff like that. So, there definitely was a lot to adjust, but having a year under my belt, I'm hoping to go overseas again and be a little bit more familiar with the travel process and just getting over there and getting accustomed to the time zone with the jet lag and stuff like that. So I thought last year I could have adjusted a bit better, but, with it being my first time, I didn't know what to expect. So like I said, having a year of experience, I think will do me wonders this season.
And just finally, a couple of questions about sort of you and hockey. Just doing a bit of research, I know that your brother and your uncle have been involved in hockey, and also your cousin is making his own career, I think, in the coaching roles within ice hockey. Has hockey always been in your family's blood?
My dad actually played rugby overseas in Wales when he was younger, but he's like 70 years old now, so that was a long time ago. But he got me into ice hockey when we moved from Calgary to small town Saskatchewan when I was 3 or 4 years old. And he was a big part of my career growing up, always taking me to all my practices. Once I was like 11 or 12, it was like a 40-minute drive 2 times a week for practice, and that didn't even include the games. So, yeah, pretty much since I was a little kid, all I've done was play hockey. We grew up in a small town, so after school, there was always just free shinny hockey, free ice at the rink. So, I'd be the first one there after school and the last one to leave like 7:30 before dinner every single day, Monday through Friday. So, obviously, I mentioned there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes in order for a professional hockey club to win games and be a perennial winner in any league that they're in. And also at the same time, I'm sure anybody at this level and above and beyond can tell you that there was hundreds of hours going on behind the scenes growing up with our families, with our parents, with our support system that, wouldn't be possible to be here today without the help of everything that has got into it either.
Brilliant. Listen, it's been great talking to you. Thanks for taking your time to talk to us, and we can't wait to see you in a few weeks.
No, can't wait to get there as well. Thank you, Chris.